Okay, so I am a crippling introvert. I have been my entire life. I'd rather just be left alone. Okay, for example, on a Friday night or a Saturday night, I'm not going out drinking, I'm not partying, I'm not doing drugs. I'm literally just sat in, either working on my business or doing other things just kind of by myself. Okay, sounds a bit antisocial, but I just prefer to kind of be by myself. I don't really like small talk, I don't really like going out and having to do much social things. Crippling introvert, okay, and I have been my entire life. But you wouldn't really be thinking that someone like that could make very much money or be very successful if they're very isolated from the world and they don't like speaking to people and they don't like really going out and doing social things. It doesn't really make sense to tie an introvert to making a lot of money. Okay, it wouldn't really make sense. But I found a way to do it. Okay, and it feels good that I found a way to do this because I'm a living, breathing example. It's not just like I'm just some guy that's found some way and now I'm helping introverts, make a lot of money online. It's not even that. It's my entire story. Okay, it's my entire experience. I'm a crippling introvert that I didn't really have any kind of experience or leverage or anything growing up, and I found a way to make $200 to $300 a day from my phone, sometimes even more. Completely remote from my phone, can travel the world whenever I want to. Basically, answer to myself. I don't have to do endless, pointless meetings all day. I don't have to do a lot of stuff that you have to do in a 9 to 5 that you really like deep down, even people that aren't introverts don't want to do. But I found a way to do it. Okay, I found a way to basically stay in my introverted bubble of kind of just being in my office, being left alone to do my own thing, not really being bothered, and making a good amount of money and kind of answering to myself and doing whatever I want to, which sounds a little bit too good to be true. You wouldn't really be thinking that's something that is possible or can make sense, right? But I'm going to show you in this video exactly how I've done it and basically how you can do it too. So without further ado, I'm going to hop into the PC right now and I'm going to show you the breakdown of how this looks, this method, this business model. It's called appointment setting. You've probably heard of it. Well, I've probably been spewing on about it on my entire channel this entire time, but it's with appointment setting, and I'm going to break down how ridiculously easy it is to do and how ideal it is for an introvert to get into as well, and why, if you're an introvert and you relate to my story, why you should consider doing this too, because I really think, based off my experience, you're going to love it. Okay, so without further ado, let's hop into the PC. Okay guys, welcome to the guts of my PC. So this is the breakdown of how appointment setting works. And yes, I know it looks really simple. And do you know why it looks simple? It's because it really is this simple. So this is exactly how it works. It's exactly how I do it and how I get paid this amount of money and how you can do it too. And honestly, you're going to be baffled by how simple this is and how ideal this is for someone who is an introvert or someone who just kind of wants to just break into the online realm in general. Okay, this is really good for introverts. It's really good for complete beginners that want to just kind of get their feet wet and just, like, you hear a lot of people saying, oh, make 20k a month or 100k a month online with an agency or ecom. Like, don't worry about that yet. Worry about finding a way to make money online so you can replace your job, replace your income online. This is a fantastic starting point because this is how I did it. Okay, this is how I went from working a job that I didn't want to do to replacing my income totally online, and basically just from that, without making 100 grand a month straight away, and I'm not on 100 grand a month anyway, but without all of these gurus saying make 20, 100 grand a month, whatever, like 20k a month, 30k a month, 100 grand a month, like without these people saying that, like just by replacing your income online, right, not having to work a job, working from your phone, basically working for yourself, right? Well, you're not working for yourself, but trust me, it's a lot more decentralized, and you really are left to kind of do your own thing on a position like this, and I'll break it down in a second. But seriously, once you get to the point where you've replaced your income totally online and you're living like this, that feels like that feels more than enough freedom. Okay, it feels like more than enough freedom for you. Okay, you don't need to worry about 100 grand a month yet. You can get there later down the line, but first we need to worry about replacing your income totally online first. Okay, and this is how you do it. So the online space is growing rapidly. Okay, especially with online businesses, like so online coaches and consultants and online agencies and online businesses in general, right? A lot of these guys make a lot of money. Okay, so they make a lot of money and they want to make even more money, which is basically every single business owner in the world anyway. But the fact that these guys want to make even more money is a problem that's never going to want to go away, right? It's never going to go away, this problem of people want to make more money online. And where we come into effect here is these businesses that we're going to be targeting. So people that specifically need appointments on the calendar to close their to close a deal, they need an appointment on the calendar. So they'll sell a service online and they need to speak to the person first before getting them to buy the product. 'Cause it might be something like 10 grand and they can't just sell that through a website. They need to speak to the individual, right? So here's where we come into account. These guys need appointments on their calendar to make more money, right? They want to make more money, so they need more appointments on the calendar so they can sell the people on the appointments, right? But these business owners have an entire business to run. They're already quite successful. They've got a lot of systems in place. They've got a lot of fires to put out every day. They are way too busy, and believe me this, right? They are way too busy to be worrying about getting the appointments themselves. But here's the thing, they can't just go, oh, I'll worry about that later, or I won't worry about that. No, because they want to make more money and they want to survive at least. But for them to survive or to make more money, they need more appointments on the calendar. But they can't get the appointments themselves because they're way too busy running the actual business itself, right? So that's where we come in, right? We are going to come in and we're going to partner with the business owner that needs appointments and has no time. We're going to be the person that needs cash and has spare time, okay? We're going to partner up and the business owner is going to hire you to take this off of their hands. They're going to hire you to go out and get the appointments on their calendar for them. And don't be intimidated. Believe me, it's so easy to go out and do it. The process is really simple, right? Now, here's the number one way that I'd recommend starting with. So the business owner is going to hire you to take it off their hands. And they're ideally going to have a bit of a personal brand. So they're going to have like 100,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers. And what you're going to do is their personal brand is going to be basically just engineered in a way that sells their product anyway. Okay, all of their personal brand is engineered to point them in the direction of becoming a customer. So if you find someone that's already successful doing that and they already have about 100,000 followers, right? Not every single 100,000 of those followers are going to be people that have booked into an appointment or people that they're working with. They're not all going to be clients. There's going to be essentially thousands and thousands of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars locked inside their social media accounts through these followers that are following them, but they haven't been nurtured in a way to get on an appointment. I hope this is making sense. So you're going to work with this guy that has a big personal brand. He has a service that he sells for about 5 grand or 10 grand, right? And he hasn't got enough time to speak to the amount of followers that he's got on his page, right? So you're going to message and speak to their audience, all of these followers, on their behalf, right? So all of these people that are on these guys' pages that follow these guys, right? You're going to speak to them on their behalf because remember, they're way too busy to do it themselves. And what you're going to do is you're going to book interested prospects, so interested people that are interested in the service and are qualified, so they have the problem of these guys are going to be selling a service that is going to be fixing a problem. Okay, so it's going to be like, I hope you scale your business. So these guys you're going to be speaking to in this niche are going to be having the problem of needing their business to be fixed, basically, and they need help with the business. You're going to speak to these people. You're going to make sure they have that problem. You're going to make sure the intent is there. And you're going to book the interested prospects into a meeting with the business owner. So all you've got to do is speak to the people that are already on these accounts, qualify that they actually have the problem and they're interested, which believe me is not hard. You just say, hey, have you got this problem? Yes. Okay, cool. We actually fix this problem. Are you open to having a chat? Yeah, I am. Cool. Booked. It's a bit more complex than that, but it is that simple, right? I can make further videos breaking this down if you want me to. But speak to them. You qualify to make sure they're actually a good fit for the program or the service this guy is selling. You're going to book them into an appointment with the business owner. The business owner is going to then take the call. So you don't even have to do the appointment. All you've got to do is get them to book the call. Then the business owner or whoever's on the team is going to take the call themselves, not you. All you've got to do is book the appointment. You don't have to take the call and worry about that. As long as you get them on the meeting, that's fine. They're going to take the call. You're going to get paid for booking the appointment, and then you're going to get paid for the deal closing. Now, this is where you can make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars per day, right? I've done it myself several times. Okay, like I said, $200 to $300 a day is kind of the average. Sometimes more, depending on, like, for example, if I book more appointments on one day than the other, or more deals get closed on one day than the other, then it'll be slightly more. But average is about $200 to $300 a day. Once you're on a good position, which I know exactly how to do, and if you want to see a quick video of how to find that, then let me know and I'll make one. But once you get on a good position like that, and you're being paid, for example, $50 per appointment, and then you're getting paid 5% of the deal closing, right? Let's say you do $50 times 100 appointments in 1 month, right? So what's that? 50 times 100, that's 5K, just from the appointments. And then depending on the commission structure you're on, right? So if you're on 5% commission on 5 or 10 grand, that's an extra, like, few extra grand a month extra on top. So if you're making 5K just from the appointments alone, and then you're getting on top of that bonuses for the deal closing, that's a surefire way to make 6 figures a year. Yeah, it really is that simple. Business owner needs appointments, has no time. You need cash and you have spare time. What you're going to do, you're going to partner up. He's going to hire you to take it off his hands. You're going to go into his account where there's already leads for you. You're going to speak to them on their behalf. You're going to book the interested prospects once they're qualified, once you've made sure they actually got the problem and they're interested. You're going to book them into a meeting with the business owner. The guy's going to take the call. You're going to get paid for the appointment being booked, and you're also going to get paid for the deal closing. And it really is that simple. And then at the end of the month, when you've made 10 grand, you can come and thank me. If you want to learn exactly how to do this from A to Z, from a complete beginner that doesn't even really know much about appointment setting in general, to landing a position that's paying extremely well and getting really good at that position too, so you get paid a ridiculous amount of money straight off the bat with no mistakes, there's going to be a link down in the description to have a chat with me. I'll run you through exactly how I can help you do this, because I've been doing this for the past 2 years. I've helped several people quit their dead-end job and replace it with online income doing appointment setting like this. I know exactly how to do it like the back of my hand. There's going to be a link in the description to book a chat with me. I'll run you through exactly how you can do this and how I can help, and we can go from there. Okay, full transparency. This will be a sales call. It's designed to sell you something. So if you don't want to be sold to, don't book the call. But if you don't care and you really want to get into this and actually change your life and, you know, quit your job and replace your income totally online and live the life that I'm living right now, book that call and I'll show you exactly how to do it. Cheers.